guys, and welcome to Kombat Cup, week number 5, top 8, presented by Streamy. Sorry for the slow start there. Had to do some things on the back end. Big D, can you hear me?
I can hear you perfectly loud and clear, sir.
Woo-wee! All right, guys, for the night, we're going to have a little bit of a change up here in the lineup in the first couple games. We're not going to go from the first match, second match, third match, and then fourth match. We're actually going to be starting out in a pretty cool pattern. We're going to be, I believe, 4-3-1-2. Which means that the fourth match of the night is going to start first. And I'll go ahead and pull up the bracket for you guys. That means that Star Charger versus Sweet Neptune is actually going to be our first matchup of the night. And both of these guys, kind of a surprise here in the top 8 this week, Big D.
And you know what's going to be really great about this week? Not to mention, this is almost marking the halfway point through the season. You're seeing some names that you've seen a little bit earlier in the season, but now this is getting closer and closer towards, these last set of weeks. You have Star Charger who sitting all the way at the bottom. This week means a lot to him as far as points go. And then you have other people like Dragon coming fresh off a win at final round. Quick shout out to him. Congratulations. That was incredibly hyped to watch. But you see all these guys, this week means a lot. For Dragon, for Star Charger, Sweet Neptune, if he wants to get closer into all of the higher ranks and points, he needs to be able to take out Star Tweety and Dragon. You're looking, semiij obviously sitting extremely comfortable at the top of the leaderboard with God knows how many points. I believe he's sitting upwards of 350.
He's at 500 right now.
Gee, I guess I'm somewhat close. So
Tweety second behind at 320. Sonic Fox behind him at 275. So semiij is sitting with a hefty lead.
I mean,
over the entire
this man
field.
is sitting on a lounge chair on the beach with a margarita in his hand. He can afford to not place as well as he wants, but the type of competitor that he is, there's no way he's going to let that happen. He wants to make sure, regardless of whether he misses out on a week or two, he wants to make sure he's at that top spot, gets number 1 seed for the finals, because that could be a huge difference between having a big killer in his path. So he's going to be coming full guns blazing, as we always see him do, as is Tweety, as is Youngmonster, and the entire squad. Now, what's interesting about this is that Frozen Acid and Star Charger have a 5-point difference. Frozen Acid just taking the lead by sitting at 175 and Star Charger at 170. Which means that whoever places further this week is going to be able to either keep that lead or take the lead. And that's another serious thing that needs to be thought about.
Frozen Acid on Twitter says if he beats semiij, he's winning the entire week. Confirmed. Free.
Now, remember what happened last time. I love Tweety, but you can't be too cocky. You can't underestimate anybody. You know what happens when you decide to say you got a free win in the bag. But let's say he's right. Let's say he takes out semiij and then the rest of the week is free. You can't just say, oh, if I take out semiij, it's over. Semiij is semiij. The man is a monster. He's not human. We all know his sets last an average of about 2 to 3 minutes.
Yeah, 2 to 3 minutes. It's actually insane.
And then you're looking, Youngmonster has had a share of not only just high placements, but wins too. He's no pushover. As a destroyer, I mean, I could go through and say how much all these guys have improved over, this game's life. There is no easy path. There is no easy opponent in this top 8. It's just, there's nothing there. Every single match is going to be hard. So, I mean, if he feels confident, confidence is half the battle, but it's not going to be easy.
Yeah, and actually last season, let me re-pull up the points here. Last season, at the same exact spot, at week number 5, semiij had 350 points, and semiij was the points leader there in season number 1. So he's on pace to shatter the season 1 record for points as of right now. So look out for that.
I mean, like I said, even with, we have about 7 weeks left of the Kombat Cup. I mean, anything can happen. semiij could be sitting pretty right now. We have no idea what these other guys are going to be able to be capable of in the coming weeks. Who's to say that, Youngmonster or Illusions later on can catch up? And it's going to leave everyone else to have their work cut out for them. The money's great, but points are arguably just as important here. especially as the season progresses.
Big D, actually, can I find you on my list? What's your PSN again?
I'm gonna let that one slide, man. I'm gonna come.
You're offline, okay? I don't want to hear
it.
You're Hollywood appearing offline on me, okay?
Am I? Oh, that's my fault. Yep, sure am.
We've all been there, okay?
I keep forgetting to
everyone
do that,
initiated into the Hollywood status of the FGC knows appear offline, okay? Is standard.
Hey, listen, man, if I'm watching Netflix, all right, I don't want notifications asking for a set in MKX, all right? I don't know if you've seen Black Mirrors on Netflix, but you do not want to be disturbed watching those episodes, all right?
I fully believe you. And that's sometimes that's what you do, you just appear offline. You don't want to be bothered, and it comes with the Hollywood fame, that we've established in the community, Big D. No, not really.
I try my. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and enter AFK so nothing else goes wrong here. So.
Absolutely. Okay, guys, we got him in here. Just waiting for myself to get demolished by Sweet Neptune here in AFK mode. And looking at this match, Star Charger had an interesting pattern in top 8. Got 2 DQs before having to play Beakith, who was a former top 8ist here on the Kombat Cup. 3-2, very tight. And then the 3-1 over Biohazard. And I think on paper, Biohazard won that. But how clutch Star Charger was, staring into the face of death that entire set, was incredible.
I mean, and even though you look at a person like Biohazard, who has been one of the most consistent players, online, offline, side tournament, you name it. If this guy is in the tournament, he's a staple for doing extremely well. So to be able to take him out is a pretty big statement in itself. Especially, we've all seen Biohazard having a sliver of health and hitting you with one little combo for a small loan of 80% damage, and boom, it's probably I think that's honestly one of the biggest momentum killers in the game, is getting hit with just a monumental combo like that.
Precisely, and we've actually got. Let me remind myself to go AFK here. Here we go. First match of the night: Sweet Neptune versus Star Charger.
Now, we had the privilege to be able to watch Star Charger this past weekend at Final Round, which he put on a great show, made top 8. Congratulations to him. But now he's going up against Sweet Neptune, who, may not have done well at Final Round. I'm honestly not sure if he even showed up, but you can't really count out Sweet Neptune. He's had some of the best performances that really were almost a little bit slept on, but in this matchup, he's going to have to be careful of that parry. That parry is going to need absolutely everything. Johnny Cage being designed to be up close and in your face. The threat of that parry alone is going to cause him some problems if he doesn't scout it out. See here, getting that damage in the corner, going for the restand.
And meatless, and that was kind of a fake out, sitting there in crouch, kind of tempting him with either a down 3 or a down 4. And just kind of playing that mind game and then simply doing the throw. That was actually an incredible little stagger we saw from Sweet Neptune.
And you know what? And it's smart to do stuff like that, because it's one thing that you're going to take the round. You want to keep that corner position for as long as possible. But even now, it's sitting mid-screen. So Sweet Neptune knows he needs to stay on, push him corner to corner to the opposite edge of the world. And like I said, you cannot count out Sweet Neptune right now. Star Charger immediately running into some problems.
Oh, and the down 2 out of nowhere, Sweet Neptune coming out swinging. That down 2 hit everywhere. That was that great late meaty anti-air down 2. And
the
way to start us
from
off.
All the way downtown. Sweet Neptune really closing that out. That was a very convincing first game. Star Charger needs to channel his inner Final Round Star Charger, the one that we saw this weekend that was just absolutely dominating. And he needs to snap. He had a chance to really understand what was going on, maybe switching from online to offline, back to online, thrown off a little bit of his timing, but Neptune's looking really solid right now. And like we said, talking about points, Sweet Neptune needs to be advancing farther, Sweet, to keep himself in a decent position moving forward towards the finals. So here we go, game number 2. Ducks right under the shadow kick, but no punish. Trying to get some chip damage in here, and finally gets opened up. It's going to do a decent amount of damage, keep him in the corner. And that's really one of the key things in this matchup. Besides the parry is the positioning that everyone has. Star Charger, being that he's playing Katana, Katana doesn't have the scariest corner pressure in the game, but her mid-screen game is extremely strong against Johnny Cage. This is where he wants to be right now. He's taking his time. He can afford to deal with some, aggression right now by Sweet Neptune. He's going to spend both bars and secure the round. I respect it to be able to close out that round. Might want to be able to hold on to that meter, because if he gets touched, he's going into that corner. Beautiful parry by Star Charger. Just trying to get him over, deal with a little bit of chip damage, build some meters, sit back. This is what Katana does.
And was able to actually even the meter out really quick here in this round, which is a really big factor. Comes up for immediately.
Well, goes for a nice little throw slice. Might have been able to get a little bit more, but the distance seems to be just a little off. Really good presence of mind to know you can still get a little bit extra damage with that throw slice. You see Sweet Neptune is starting to get a little antsy, spending the meter to try and get in, keep him in this corner. If he can keep him in this corner,
just like
Star
that.
Charger, knowing how dangerous it is. Opting to just go right in. This is just... Wait a minute. Red Johnny is still in
Oh,
there.
no. This is going to be damage.
And he armors right through a very smart one.
He wasn't close enough for the second one to actually force a block. And in between the whiffed second one and 1-1, I believe it's 1-1-3. Oh, man, gets Assassin Strike out. That could have been dangerous. Red Johnny is known for some comebacks.
Honestly, if he didn't get the armor out and he got clipped, he was dead. Between that combo and chip damage afterwards, he was dead. So, very good by Star Charger being able to just know that that Sweet Neptune was a little bit too far away for that to jail. But doing 1-1-3 with that gap in there, that was the nail in the coffin, really. So Sweet Neptune looking like he's going to stick with A-List. Very smart choice. I mean, they both have traded a game each pretty fast, but neither of which was too dominating to the point where you might want to consider another character.
Fight.
We're going into game number 3. Meets in the air. Johnny Cage getting the first hit. Opens up by the...
Back into the heat of things here.
I'm going to go ahead and assume...
right back.
I'm going to go ahead and assume that Star Charger let go of the block button. Didn't want to give Sweet Neptune any more meter. But he needs to get out of this corner. He's probably trying to scout to switch positions through armor, but a reversal grab does the trick. Here comes the stagger getting opened up by the back three. If he doesn't drop, this is going to do an insane amount of damage. God, this hurts. Casual 47%. Oh, and here comes the hit confirm off the 4-3, but Sweet Neptune slowly corner to corner. Oh, when he gets clipped, he has to break. Now Sweet Neptune is sitting on a bar. He can easily close this out, but the whiff punish off the down 3 is going to secure the round for Star Charger.
But you know what? Sweet Neptune, don't let it affect you mentally, because look down at your meter and just think to yourself, I'm perfectly fine right now. And what a conversion, the second one whiffing, but still was able to get another one out. That's a tricky little conversion right there.
As you said, he has the meter lead. He's very content, spending a couple bars, making sure he keeps that pressure going, but Star Charger now starting to incorporate a little bit more grabs. It's really starting to pay off. It's throwing Sweet Neptune a little bit off his balance. And the down one fan conversion had to break there. But this is exactly what we always see. Sweet Neptune just getting that forward 2 to connect. And the pressure is just... But if he gets opened up, he's in a lot of trouble. And this is exactly what we're talking about. Sweet Neptune has the ball, but he gets clipped on forward 2.
That was so smart, because Star Charger had to have been holding down, thinking that he was going to commit to another 1-1-3 and try to find a gap again, which has helped. Takes game number 3.
And Star Charger is eating these overheads like it's a buffet, and that's really what's costing him this set right now. We're looking at all the times he's had a very comfortable life lead where he could have just sat back and just threw some fans, even try to run out the clock. But all it takes is one forward 2 by Sweet Neptune, and boom, it just seems to connect 100% of the time. So Star Charger's got to watch out for that going into game 4. But other than that, he's been using the parry a decent amount. It might help to use it a little bit more. We see Star Charger, he's known for holding that parry for an insane amount of time. So you might want to try doing that to make Neptune respect that option. Neptune exchanging armors. There's the parry that we were talking about. But the fake out seems to work. Star Charger getting in some nice damage of his own. Gonna go for the hard knockdown. 34% assassin run. Now spanning the bar, getting that very nice underrated pressure. Oh, unfortunate drop off the hit confirm by Neptune. And you see what Neptune's what he really has going for him right now is his defense. He's taking a look. He knows that Star Charger wants to open him up with that forward 2 string from downtown. So he's holding block. He's staying patient, whether he has the life lead or not. And he's in chip range with Red Johnny and the trade of the down 3s. Star Charger still still staying alive here. Now he has his back in the open space to build some meter, just stay away from the corner. That's really what he wants at the end of the day. But Neptune is going to be scouting, and here comes another forward 2. Star Charger immediately breaking. Shadow kick, doing what he can, staying mindful. This goes back to what we were talking about the defense. Neptune's defense is so on point right now. He knows that Star Charger has that parry available, and he just seems to be scouting out perfectly. It's like he knows when it's coming. On another unfortunate drop on the hit confirm there, but arming right through, wants to secure the second round, because the last thing Sweet Neptune wants is a game 5 situation. But now, you take a look at the position, you take a look at the meter. Neptune is sitting on half a bar, so he's going to have to be patient, wait till he gets that bar, which is surprisingly fast.
And yep, exactly that. He got a little answer with it. He got the shadow kick, which is something that you were definitely looking out for, to get that 1 bar to find your 1 way in. But he did it immediately. Star Charger scouted it, and now he's back in a pretty bad position here.
Now, this is where Star Charger really shines. He's very good at conditioning from full screen. And that parry fake out, if he has a little bit more faith in his own reads, he could be doing a lot more devastating damage. But speaking of damage, quick little 32%, and he's just going to back up here. He has no reason to go after Neptune, but Neptune on the other hand, opening up with another forward 2, but a drop. No grab. Star Charger trying to take this to game 5, and it's so close. Has to block with the chip and dashing straight into the fan, eating that fan. And we are going into a game 5 situation. First set of the night, already a game 5. Please. Please.
Pay your respects.
Now, we've already had here in season number 2, we've had a top 8. In the Konquest, we go 7 of 8 matches. Or no, it was 6 of 7 matches went to game 5.
And it's looking like it's almost following suit right now. Sweet Neptune taking a second, might consider going stunt double here. I would say, you know what, in a game 5 situation, that means Star Charger has at most 3 rounds to get used to stunt double's different game plan.
And all of those shadow kicks that he has at his disposal, they hit pretty high. So if he trades with a fan, those trades are going to be in his favor the whole match.
That's if they hit. Even if Star Charger blocks those mimics,
that's his way in.
Advantage.
Yep.
And let's not forget how ridiculous stunt double's damage is in the corner. You know, the game plan is still the same thing. Sweet Neptune wants to trap Star Charger in the corner. That's the foundation of this matchup right now. But with the damage that stunt double brings to the table, you know, we're talking 1-2 bars with full mimic. You're getting upwards of 52%. That's devastating damage. You could say that he's a little bit scarier as stunt double in farm.
Yep, but he is going to stay on A-list and gets the first bar here. He's going to do some damage. Let's see what we can do off this.
He did opt to stay A-list, so those mimics are not going to have any factor in this, but it doesn't look like he needs it.
Yeah, he just came out absolutely swinging and still has all the momentum sitting on the bar. Got Charger off his early. Oh, cut! Not blocking the neutral there.
Please.
That, by definition, is an assassin strike. When you just strike them, they're in the neutral as they're not even blocking.
You need to dub that the Savage Run, because that is exactly what that was. 4-3 punish there, and that was perfect. He used the double 4-3 cancel to keep him in that corner, and he's going to make sure he stays there with every ounce of his being. And getting clipped again by that forward 2. Star Charger has to be shaking his head right now. If he eats another mix-up, and he does, but the lucky cancel. And that just seemed like a panic Savage Run, and this is looking completely one-sided. Sweet Neptune closing it out in Game 5 very convincingly. And he'll be moving on still.
I'd frame that.
But you know what? Can't count Star Charger out. Took it all the way to Game 5. After a very scary Game 1, let's not forget how quickly Neptune took Game 1. So Star Charger came back from that, composed himself, and unfortunately just couldn't really close it out.
Yeah, I'm not too sure if you watched on Monday, but Sweet Neptune's path into top 8 was a double match DQ from Revit Leafing, who actually disconnected twice when Revit was up 2-1. So,
wow.
Yeah, he had a nice walk in the top 8. He says, you know what? I can play with zero Fs given. And look at that. Got to win in top 8. He's going to get great amount of points. And now it's actually on, as you said, I believe it was Frozen Acid, who he's actually competing with there on the leaderboards. So, yeah. If Frozen Acid falls to semiij, then Sweet Neptune moving right on up. But as I said earlier, if Frozen Acid beats semiij, he's winning the whole week. Self-proclaimed. So
I mean,
that's
a
lot of points right there.
Set because you know semiij is out for blood after his performance in final round. Obviously, he should be very happy that he got that top 8. But at the same time, knowing the kind of competitor that semiij has become, other than what he did, so he's looking to close out this week to kind of redeem himself in a way.
Absolutely. And, but still shouts to him for making that top 8 and doing really well. And, guys, we're going to go ahead and go over some of our partners here at the Kombat Cup. We're going to go over some ads, and then we're going to go ahead and change over to another stream as there is some lag on my end tonight.
Man.
Yes, they, we are all at their mercy, and
we really are. And I think the only thing the only gods more wrathful are the airplane gods for traveling. But we're not even going to get into that right now.
All right, guys, check out Catalyst Mints, catalystmints.com. 3 of these equals 1 energy drink. It's a breath mint in the form of an energy product. It's got all the energy you need, all natural, smells great, tastes great. It's a perfect energy product for the FGC, in my opinion, because it can get pretty stankful at these tournaments. Check them out at catalystmints.com. Use discount code STREAMY, save 5%. Thank you to Smash.gg, the bracket system that we're used to using here, and that everywhere seems to be moving to. And I mean everywhere. All these big offline events, all these online circuits, they're all using Smash.gg right now. If you're a tournament organizer, look no further. And if you're a player looking for a tournament to compete in, check them out as well at smash.gg.
Yeah, and rightfully they should. Moving on to what we have to offer. Make sure you come check us out. We are on all the social media that's hot today. Twitter.com/streamme, YouTube.com/streammevids, and even on Instagram at stream_me. So go ahead, give those all a follow, subscribe to YouTube so you can check out the archives from all our streams. And speaking of streaming, if you want to get your hand in the action, all you have to do, create an account, start streaming, enjoy yourself. All you need is 50 followers. It's legit all you need. Get that subscribe button. 70-30 split in your favor. Can't get it anywhere else. It's easy as 1, 2, 3. And obviously, at the very end, hit up Arazi at www.arazi.com. Use the discount code STREAMY to save yourself 10% for these beautiful chairs directly from Sweden.
And all right, guys, we're going to be right back. Once again, we're going to be switching streams to something that's going to be a little more stable for you guys. And we'll be right back here in just a second at the Kombat Cup.
All right, don't go anywhere.
Meterless overhead. That was savage. And
Do you really expect anything less from Tweety?
And wow, look at momentum now. Has 3 bars of meter. Dragon with none and the health lead. This man is sitting pretty. We're going to see some armor coming eventually. Here we go.
Now, here's the thing. Tweety at the very... Oh my god, and it broke the armor! Tweety wants to make sure at the very least he keeps Dragon away from 3 bars of meter, because you do not want to deal with him at this point in the set.
Just knocked down Lance. Watch that armor.
One full combo is going to do it, but he spends the bar. Now, wait a minute. If Dragon opens him up, Tweety's in trouble. Just taking his time down one, hopefully just trying to chip him out. Hit him with a mix-up, close out the round. It's right there for Dragon.
Yep.
Getting clipped by the EX overhead. Tweety closing out game number 4, and we are at our second game 5 situation in a row.
We're now 2 for 2 on the night, and Tweety played that perfect. He was able, I don't know how, hold on to that meter to close out game number 2. Like I said, that meterless overhead wake up, that kind of hit me in my feels a little bit. And then he had 3 bars of meter going round number 3, had that 3 armor situation where you can just react to anything, and especially with the bar at the end, Dragon going towards Tweety was definitely a downfall because he could react with that overhead that hits everywhere on the screen. So Tweety looking good. And this is a game 5 situation, the momentum going back and forth. It's anybody's game right now.
Now, if I was a betting man, I would think we would expect to hear Tweety's voice through the mic if he wins. Just judging by past experiences.
Oh, he's known to turn that mic and say some of the most random things.
Easily my favorite Tweety quote was when he asked for an Injustice 2 baby. That was so good. It was so good. You can't even hate on that, but Dragon definitely hating being down in life here.
I think he was
slowly watching the set win just leave his hands. Taking his time, trying to make something happen. At the very least, build some more meter for that second round.
Yeah, Dragon didn't want to come off any bar there. Didn't want to put any plus frames on the screen. Just wanted to try to get to X-Ray and make Tweety think about something there, because Tweety played incredibly freely there in round number 1.
I'm just getting clipped by these armor. What really, if you take a look at the set so far, most of Tweety's damage were little hits. It wasn't really big combos. These EX armors are what's really doing the trick. Between that, a little bit of chip damage, a grabber.
Oh, and the reaction with the up demon. I have never seen that from a possessed player. Just a reactionary up demon anti-air. That was incredibly sexy.
And Dragon's not looking too good right now. He really needs to be careful. If he gets hit again, it's over.
Oh, the reaction again!
Oh my god. Why? The young man's game. Why can't I have those reactions? And the assassin run. No doubt he wants to get out of the corner as quickly as possible. There's a switch positions right there. Little grab. And just as I say, he's now evening up this life lead.
But
wait a minute. Trying to scout off the EX overhead. There it is. Can he close it out? And that's not going to kill.
This is turn down 1 DP. That is going to close it out.
And there you go.
Oh my gosh. Like double match point.
Final round. Fight.
And that's what Dragon's been so notable to do. Oh my god, that is jump is beautiful. Dragon's been so known to be down with the life deficit and still manage to find a way to come back from this. So when you think you have the set against Dragon, don't blink. Throws the interactable. Dragon getting the momentum, eats the EX overhead. Tweety staggering the grab. Beautiful tech by Dragon. Here comes a beautiful forward two. Punished by Dragon.
Oh no, looked like a drop from Dragon, but still has the health lead. And you know, sometimes when you drop a combo or a stagger like that, you just armor out. And paid off great. Now he's so close to closing this out. One more hit, and the anti-air down 1.
Tweety's not out of it yet. He's giving Tweety a chance to breathe. Wait a minute now. Tweety has a bar. Next combo could be death.
And the down one check on the low demon is going to close out for Dragon. He guessed right on the 50-50. He knew that Tweety was going to take the chance to go for the launcher. It was the only way that he was going to actually kill Dragon there. And Dragon just waiting his turn, counter poking, and wow, what a match. That was back and forth the entire time.
You really couldn't call who was going to win that set either way. But you know what? Tweety opted to jump back. He really didn't have any other choice. The backdash would have been caught by the down one as well. So if the mix-up was blocked, it was the nail in the coffin. But congratulations to Dragon moving on still, and Tweety being eliminated first round the top 8. Still gets those juicy points and had a great showing. Really nothing to be upset over. Now taking a look at the bracket, moving on towards the top side, we'll be having semiij versus Frozen Acid and Youngmonster versus Destroyer. Going back to what we were talking about before, we know what Frozen Acid said if he could take out semiij.
Now, the only one I'm worried about not being a Game 5 is that semiij Frozen Acid because, I mean, both of the way that they play is so fast that Frozen Acid could I feel like, and we've seen it before, he could beat people so quick just because that quick mix, the high damage that Hellfire has, the active frames on the Hellfire have caught everyone in this scene slipping at some point in their careers into massive damage. So, and semiij, like I said, these 2 to 3 minute matches all the time.
He just plays at this pace that it's almost as if you don't have the fast enough thought process to deal with semiij's play style, it doesn't matter if you know the ethereal matchup or not. It really doesn't. To a certain extent, it's not going to help you. You need to adjust to how semiij plays at such a pace. But Frozen Acid, if anyone can get it done, it's him. You know, this guy has, without a doubt, the most impressive Hellfire Scorpion to date, with the exception of Immortal Angel, the God, which are all familiar with.
Immortal Angel, the God, himself.
The one and only. That man, I just can't get over it. Every time I watch that man play, I notice that my mouth is open. Like, literally, I just cannot believe what I'm watching. But it's so calculated, and it's really, in its own way, it's just clean gameplay.
And all right, they're past in the top 8. Frozen Acid, 3-1 with best MK Raiden. They had a couple big wins, 3-0 and 3-0 over Fluffy Fawn and Rev. Rev had an outstanding week. And to see him fall just shy of top 8, the way that he played, and the people that he upset in bracket, man. And semiij's path, 3-0, 3-0, 3-1, 3-0. 3-1 with Cyclone. Cyclone's been a really, really consistent player in the Kombat Cup. And then the 3-0 over Rio to get in top 8. And those two have played many a time here in the Kombat Cup. semiij in first place in points, and Frozen Acid is currently in 10th.
And as we're seeing here, semiij gonna, both players going with their bread and butter. You know, he's gonna be rocking Ethereal Melina, going up against Frozen Acid's Hellfire here. Now, just like with anyone that has an aggressive playstyle, you want to lock them down. So we should expect to see a lot of restand pressure from Frozen Acid. But he's going to have to be careful of those gaps. And right there, that shows that he's ready for switch.
Yeah,
he's going to be very mindful of those gaps. But a face-to-face spear is not what you want to do in this situation. This is what that beautiful standing 3 anti-air.
And that stand 3, one of the best throws in the game. If you get the frame data across the board, you're just like, that's kind of disgusting.
He's just taking his time. He's going to need to pick the right time to finish that string.
Oh.
This right there is what I was going to talk about. If you throw out any move and semiij is ready for it, you are eating at least 32%. No questions asked.
I get asked all the time, you know, because we see semiij so many times during the Kombat Cup, you know, how do you beat the kid? And you know, look at his gameplay. It's incredibly hard. But if there's any advice I can give, is if that man has a bar, you better respect it. That's all I'm gonna say. Is please respect that one bar.
Well, looking like we're having a little bit of connection issues between the two.
Oh, here we go. I don't know who it's gonna be.
This is how it starts.
Oh no, rev it all over again. Not like this.
Not like this. Hashtag not like this.
Although that's a sweet chin music that we caught in mid-match, and semiij actually gets the disconnect. Oh, both of them did. Okay, so the whole thing may have just fallen apart.
I'm actually not even seeing anything. So I guess we're just gonna have to get right back into it. I mean, just get the invites going. We're gonna have to. It's really hard to say if anyone could really take a game from that.
All right, we'll be right back as we get another King of the Hill going.
Yeah, I'm gonna need you to talk to the other invite here.
All right, guys, we are back. Hope you enjoyed those ads while we reset this King of the Hill. Everyone's in here. Once semiij destroys my Scorpion, who semiij doesn't want to catch in bracket, we will have the match continued for you.
Low key best Scorpion. I'm starting to think maybe All Commander is Immortal Angel. That's what I'm starting to think. What is the biggest conspiracy today, man?
You guys will never know if I secretly entered the Kombat Cup or not.
I'll tell you what, I'd be impressed. Imagining you commentating your own match as Immortal Angel. It's the conspiracy of the MKX's life. But we'll never know.
Was I Lurfic Pageant?
Oh God. Rest in peace, man. Well, what a guy.
What a god. Show up, win, and then just go off into the sunset. Go off into the sunset. Unnamed, undefeated, the best MK player of all time.
And then never rode into the horizon. We never saw him again. Now that he has narrowly closed out his win against your Scorpion, we're going to go ahead and get back into it. So I'm going to go ahead and...
Wow! Hold up. I need to say something. Because Frozen Acid just gave semiij an 8 for his performance against my AFK Scorpion. An 8 is like... Okay, so if you give a 10 or a 0, that means that, you know, you either did a 10 to get it over with quick, or a 0 because you forgot. But if you purposely select a number, it's pretty savage.
Hey, man. Remember, I can't say it enough. As Acid wants to beat him. He said this is the only person that he's worried about through his eyes. If he can take out semiij, he says he'll be sitting comfortably.
Fight.
Ooh, and
It's that deep jump kick.
that jump
Like
kick.
that's the biggest. That's really he's gonna end up hanging himself if he just throws out normals without being mindful of semiij's EX phase out.
And now 2 bars, and wow, what a crouch into a trip guard. Frozen Acid just... If you stay crouching without blocking against a Melina jump in, your success rate's not going to be great, let me tell you. And yeah, this EX Fade has been opening up Frozen Acid every time, but the reactions from this kid, wow.
Wow, did he just grab semiij? That never happened. And that full combo punish, 31%. But next hit for either player what you get, and just the run up grab.
So semiij was 3 for 3 on EX Fades, and that is death.
Round 2. Fight.
Because they average about what 31 to 33% combos off that fade, and that is death when you add it up.
That really is pretty much it, but I think that's the beauty of Ethereal Melina, is that the character's designed to let you hang yourself. You know, you play against a great Ethereal Melina like semiij, you have to be very careful pressing any buttons, and if you don't press any buttons, you're not playing the game. On paper, it's a very easy...
Ooh, cuts semiij trying to counterpoke there, put himself in the corner there, so we'll see if that will actually pay off or not. I think he could have killed without that teleport back into the corner, but who am I to decide? I'm just here talking about it.
Well, you know what? He did it down the top of the down 3 Hellfire. Wow, I cannot believe that's still connected. Oh, there gets hit with the teleport. Here comes some pressure. Frozen Acid just wants to clip him once. If he can clip semiij once, give himself a comfortable life lead, do some decent damage, keep him standing.
There we go, not getting opened up by the EX Fade, and now semiij has no bar to play with.
semiij has not done one combo yet in this round, and he's managed to put himself in the life lead. And you see what Frozen Acid is doing? He's running up. He wants to throw semiij off this time because he knows semiij's defense is so good. But right there, that down one anti-air.
And one more hit from semiij after this is going to do it.
Chip damage might do it. He's going to have to lock him down. He's
Here we go!
That should be death. That's actually it. And Frozen Acid stealing that game.
That was ridiculous.
How do you let that
Pay
happen?
your respects.
Frozen Acid, you can almost feel
There is a new
You can
king.
almost feel how big his smile is right now. That went perfectly. That's a mental statement to semiij. Now, semiij is one of the most composed players in the business right now.
Oh yeah, he's still sitting at home, just not phased whatsoever, with still that straight face of a killer, you know? Because that's what I see when I look at semiij. I see the nice guy, but behind those eyes, you know what I mean?
Oh, he's a robot. He shows.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no emotion whatsoever, and he's in straight kill mode.
Round
Operation Takedown in effect. And here we go. About to see. Oh, almost had the conversion with the anti as well there. That down one's big, but that wasn't big enough for him there.
But you take a look from a mental aspect, and you see that Frozen Acid is happy he took the first game, but you see he's making a lot of mistakes here early on in game number 2. Not something you want to do against semiij. His fight is far from over, and semiij, obviously not happy with the outcome of the first game, is just absolutely dominating him, and he's just going to go for the standing 2. Chip or no chip. Taking
And that's what we call a hood perfect in the streets,
Round
boys.
2. Fight.
I mean, you take a look at what semiij is capable of. It's pretty safe to say this guy can easily get off a ghetto flawless after going down a game like that. But you see now, Frozen Acid having a lot of trouble, but connects to the deep jump kick.
Very good, recognizing that he was indeed going to whip punish with that jump kick. And here we go, the blender that is Hellfire Scorpion, and wake up EX teleport. Now we're getting savage.
I didn't know Immortal Angel was in the building. Here we go. He did that one time, so he's now...
The reaction with the jump back kick.
Oh, no.
Both of these guys came to play tonight. If we go to another game 5, I might freak right out.
Having game 5 with semiij in the set is not an easy thing to do. Well, this is the last thing you want to do, is give semiij a chance to come back.
Oh, it got hit by the 80 frame overhead.
He has to break. Oh, and he goes for the down 2. He could have broke there.
He actually, I think he had the breaker before the down 2 there.
He did. I don't know what it was. Maybe there was a position switch or he wasn't ready for it. But semiij tying that up extremely quick. 1-1. And you hate to see that kind of thing happen because Frozen Acid actually had that second round in the bag, but he dropped the round-winning combo and gave semiij a chance to come back. You don't want to do that. All semiij needs is a hit and a dream. In any situation, life deficit or not.
And on the whole, a bar. Including there. If he's got a bar, I feel like he feels he can come back in any situation there. Because that fade, we've seen it so many times during the Kombat Cup. It's just, it's his way of either coming back or getting momentum. It's everything for him. But just like that, one fade and bam. It doesn't matter. If he lost the first hit, he doesn't care. Come off the fade, get the hit.
And you know, Imperial Molina, no stranger to building meter, really just should be willing to throw out those EX phase outs as much as possible. Oh, beautiful ball roll anti-air, forcing Frozen Acid off of his meter.
And just like you said there, he threw it out. Doesn't matter. He's still safe. He's going to build a bar relatively quick, especially the way that semiij staggers. He's safe all the time.
Not really too sure what that was. I don't really think that's a mix-up. That string into the slide. But either way, semiij defense on point as usual. Frozen Acid not too far off, just really needs to tighten up some screws.
Yeah, this is one matchup in particular where the normal way semiij plays the meter game doesn't really come into effect because he's worried about teleport, but even if he comes off the bar, goes on the 0 bar, he'll do a string into fade away, and then a couple fadeaways to build that bar right back, and that's what I see a lot from semiij when he comes off the bar. And as I'm talking, Frozen Acid running away with this round, and look at the meter he has to go with it. Wow, the double teleport just got out of the corner.
Oh boy,
put it back
we
in
saw
though.
this somewhere else before, and he just goes for the teleport. Make sure he closes it out. If Frozen Acid can take the lead in the set, he's gonna be sitting pretty. Oh my god, it just lets it rip. You know what? I'm gonna call that calculated because every time he did that, he canceled the teleport. Lets it rip. semiij was not ready for it. But
that fade, once again.
It's really just going to eat him alive. That's his biggest problem as far as taking damage goes. The chip is really, it's going to happen. We know as Ethereal Molina, the chip damage is always going to be there. But if you keep control and bait out those EX phases, you're going to put yourself in a lot better position.
And I believe that was actually an attempt on the bait of the fade, just trying to get those active frames behind him. So that was really smart. And the reaction once again. Every time semiij has actually jumped in front of Frozen Acid, it's going to be close.
The chip damage is going to do.
Oh my gosh, that was fantastic. And the execution there at the end, that's perfect right there.
What is happening? Frozen Acid, is he going to fulfill the prophecy?
Is this another prophecy from a Scorpio player? Because the prophecy went unfulfilled this week as Immortal Angel was out of the top 8 by 1 win. Okay, so that prophecy did not go fulfilled, but another one has arisen. The prophets in the background, they've scripted up another one. They brought it up on a slab of marble. They threw it in front of the people, and they said that if Frozen Acid wins this match, he will be your Kombat Cup Week 5 champion.
Now, this could be a moral victory. He is about to put semiij away from Ethereal Molina. You have semiij looking over Cass. If he does this, he's locked in for the rest of the set, so he needs to think about it. Now it just comes down to a matter of, is Frozen Acid ready for this Cassie?
Goes straight.
And it does not matter, and he goes right back to Ethereal Molina, sticking with his guns. In my opinion, one of the smarter choices he can make right now.
That's a method I've seen a few players use. Rico Suave in particular, where he would float on a character for 5 minutes straight, and then just go straight to another character, just to try to make you think about something, just throw you off a little bit. Where he'll just sit on another character forever.
Especially in a game like this, that also helps to break momentum, and that's a huge deal in this game. As you've seen, so far it seems to be working out pretty well. semiij doing some decent damage. Down 3 Claymore, goes full combo punish in the corner. semiij with the big gorilla Denny in damage.
Very rarely do we see Hellfires actually go punished, and right there, semiij getting all that momentum right back into his court.
Round 2. Fight.
And that was an extremely fast. That's a semiij-like first round. That comes reversal grab. Frozen Acid. Really all Frozen Acid needs to do, going back to talking about momentum, he just needs to open him up once, put him in a long combo, keep him standing, and just stop semiij from playing his game. And the interactable staying away from that grab and just letting these teleports fly.
I don't think that a teleport has gone blocked yet from semiij.
And I really want to know what semiij is trying to scout out there.
Got him off 2 bars. And there we go. Patience finally from semiij in the neutral. Doesn't get caught by the teleport. Doesn't be some big girl damage, but goes for the setup out of the corner.
Frozen Acid just wants to switch positions. He doesn't want this damage, and this is actually going to do it. The breaker from one last attempt and the telekick.
We are in our 3rd match of the night and our 3rd game 5 of the night. Oh
What
my
is
gosh.
happening right now?
Oh,
Real respect.
yes! This is what Top 8's all about. All these matches incredibly close.
There is a
These
new
players
king.
have shown that they deserve to be here. And this is only the 3rd time that semiij has been pushed to a game 5 this season.
Now, we have to talk about this for a second. Talk about going back to before, how semiij never shows emotion, but still has the kindness in his heart to drop the input to not do that brutality. One of the easiest brutalities if you finish a match with a telekick. Decides that he does not want to put aside through Frozen Acid's head.
Round 1.
Not yet, anyway. Wink, wink.
Well, we'll have to wait and see. Frozen Acid wants to stay true to his prophecy.
And we haven't seen many unblockable Hellfires, and already changing things up against semiij as we see him throwing him out there at the beginning, getting the first bar.
And now Frozen Acid actually got the read. And speaking of reads, the Flame Aura. Here we go, doing decent damage. Very nice cancels. The execution has been on point by Frozen Acid. I really think that's what's keeping his head above water.
All right, it's just caught Frozen Acid there, pressing a button mid-string. And
Next
that's
hit will do it.
very good. Scouted out of that bar. Like I said, if semiij has 1 bar, you got to scout it out. And he
Oh,
dared
no,
it.
the kick in the teleport. This is actually going to do it. And here comes
And
the
the
chip from
Hellfire.
the Flame Aura.
Just burning him. Oh my gosh.
And the
Frozen
prophecy
Acid.
so close to being fulfilled as Frozen Acid is sitting on 7.
No!
Deep down kick in the teleport. The momentum is unstoppable.
No, it fades through the spear. That is like watching Goldberg's spear whip. He's just gonna sit there for days.
This is very tough. The size of armor through the gap, very smart. The down 4 low profiles, otherwise that was an easy punish. Oh no, the Flame Aura connecting. semiij watching his health burn away.
And gets coming over.
This is a cancel. Alright, there
Off
goes.
the overhead
Finally
again.
got the block on the overhead twice now. So close.
One more hit, the down 2. That was a preemptive down 2 before he had even left the ground. That man said, "Gotcha!" Boom! And the
Frozen
prophecy.
Acid.
Scorpion wins.
Well, I guess, do we say Frozen Acid is our Week 5 winner? He says it's the only problem was the first round.
Guys, we're done for the night.
Guys, I want to thank you very much for participating and enjoying the stream. Frozen Acid,
Yeah,
congratulations on
Yep.
winning.
Congratulations on winning Week 5 of the Kombat Cup, sir.
It's far from over. Well played to both players. Frozen Acid, safe to say, pulled the first upset of the night. And he wants it. That's not easy to do. semiij, this is probably the first time semiij has been out this early. I
Yeah,
think to my
and-
recollection, he's never lost the first round in top 8.
And it's the first time that he's lost a Game 5 this season.
That's not a statistic you want if you're semiij, to be completely honest. But he'll be back. Next week's another week. No doubt we'll be seeing him dominate and get a shot at redemption.
Up next, we've got Youngmonster versus Destroyer. Destroyer finally getting back into the swing of things. This is his first time in top 8 here in season number 2. And Youngmonster No intro needed. This man is currently 4th in points here in season number 2, looking great.
And speaking of points, that's really the foundation of this week. You take a look at that now Star Charger's been eliminated early, so that's going to do some decent damage to his mere 5-point deficit beforehand with Frozen. Frozen Acid moves on still into the top 4. That's even more points, a shot at even more points than that to stay farther away from the bottom of the list of the seeding points.
And he holds on to his slight lead over Sweet Neptune by winning that.
And so that leads for an even more interesting match after this, later on tonight when we see Dragon go up against Neptune. If Neptune can pull that upset, that's going to lead for some very interesting juice. Talk about all those ranking points. I mean, Sweet Neptune is he's got a decent amount of points, but he definitely wants to make it to grand finals if he can help it. But that is one hell of a monster in his way. But as we've seen, crazier things have happened. You take a look at Frozen Acid predicting his win over semiij.
Now that makes the rest of the bracket more interesting because that prophecy.
Youngmonster tying up the set 1-1.
Jackie.
Destroyer going to go right back to HQT Predator. I think you're right in that if Destroyer happens to go down this next game, he'll switch to Tremor. But at the same time, Tremor does have a little bit of an issue getting in on zoning characters, so maybe Tremor's not a good idea in this situation.
We'll see how it plays out here. I was really impressed by the caliber of Youngmonster's play in that last match because the momentum could have gone in Destroyer's way after letting that first game go like he did. Especially, when you lose that Heartbreaker by just 1% of life. Can really take it out of you, but Youngmonster not affected one bit and gets some damage off the jump kick here.
I mean, it's almost hard to watch, but in a way, you have to kind of admire it. How Youngmonster could be down so close in a round, come back, take the round, take the match, and now he's sitting comfortably like a completely different player, just really almost like steamrolling Destroyer right now. He kind of has Destroyer a little bit shaken. He doesn't really know how to deal with Youngmonster's pressure.
And yeah, in this pressure, there's not a whole lot that Predator can do about it other than check with a down 3, and then Youngmonster just gets to take his turn right after. And wow, double backdash to avoid that Dragon Hall completely. Oh, got the conversion! That was a sick conversion from Destroyer.
Now, Destroyer, obviously, he revolves his HUT gameplay around that Smart Disc. And rightfully he should. That Smart Disc is a savior as far as trades are concerned. Whether it's hit or on block, it gives him a chance to get in.
And wow, delays wake-ups.
This is the conversion.
And he hit now. And once again, the laser beating out.
Closing that out. These rounds are so close. My heart.
Final round. Fight.
The speed of that laser. That's a really good situation because all the damage comes up front, whereas Jackie has to wait for the damage for all the hits to actually hit full screen. And that has paid off big for Destroyer so far.
Nice chunk of damage there. Big Boo is blocked and the plus frames follow. Just eating that damage away. Now Youngmonster has used up all of his resources, so if Destroyer manages to catch him, he can turn this round around.
And wow, Destroyer just working this full screen game, avoiding all of the projectiles from Jackie, and just creeped his way in. Here we go.
And this is what you wanted to see. Is he going to spend the bar? Decides not to.
He actually, I think what he did there is he didn't, just so that Youngmonster wouldn't have a wake-up. That looked incredibly smart, and now, will we see the Destroyer special? We will not.
He's trying
that's going to do it!
And the full screen brutality. Nickelodeon slime everywhere.
Jackie wins.
Very good stuff. That could have gone either way. Destroyer sitting on an X-ray, comes off a bar, finds himself full screen. Man, these matches are so close. If we go to another game 5, like I said, I'm gonna freak right out. I should have freaked out before. I haven't freaked out yet, but
every single set has gone to a game 5.
Predator.
Every single set we've had so far. All 3 of them have guns in Game 5. So if Destroyer can keep this
Sky
up.
Temple? Not like
Sky
this.
Temple.
Not
Destroyer,
like this.
you know better. You know what? Digging his own grave.
If
But
that
now
flash
here's the
of
thing.
lightning comes in the corner when Jackie's coming in with that 50-50, it could be lights out.
Round
Now here's the thing. He locked
Fight.
himself into Predator for the rest of the set. If he wins this, Youngmonster has the idea and the chance to switch characters if he chooses to. But right now, it doesn't look like he even needs to do
No,
it.
he is just owning the zoning battle right now. Made all the right reads. Caught Destroyer trying to read the up rocket a few times.
The full screen mix just melted more than half of Destroyer's life in such a short amount of time. But getting some very nice corner damage of his own, and here comes that pressure that we were talking about before. Scouts out the armor.
Beautiful. Now, is he going to force Youngmonster off his bar? He is not.
Trying to catch him off of that interactable.
And there we
Another
go
scout.
again.
Wait a minute. Game 5, number 4 in a row. Can we make that happen?
Round 2. Fight.
And Destroyer got hit so many times that last round with those EX back 4-2s and has scouted him twice already. And we're close to going to another game 5 right now. Oh, that was so meaty. It hit everywhere, Steve. And Youngmonster snuck out some armor there, as that was the armor break setup with the smart disc and the normal.
Oh, he's just getting hit by these low rockets now. Oh, and that was so dirty.
That was you pretty much forced him to jump right there by putting that low rocket on the ground. That stanky leg. And this is gonna be chipped out.
And that was going to be chip regardless. Youngmonster does not want a game 5. That was, I can't get over that setup. That was ridiculous.
Final round.
That was so good. Jackie with the cheap stuff. Smart this can play.
And wow, the laser came out of, I don't even know how the laser came out there. You put the meaty scimitar in there, or the staff in there, and the laser came out to break the armor.
And you see how Youngmonster, he's going for more of a full screen game now, because he's noticing that he's been doing substantially better setting full screen. The trades, yeah, maybe not too much in his favor, but once he gets that momentum going with the zoning, it's very hard to stop. And this is going to do a lot of damage. Destroyer needs to break here.
Oh, and what a read. Just wake up, jump kick.
Oh, no.
This is some big damage. He's got the beater. The beater, here we go.
He's not gonna have enough meter to break.
And this is gonna be guaranteed chip, I think. And wow, the wake up laser did not keep passing. And that's gonna do it. Destroyer's gonna send us to a game number 5. It's our 4th in a row here. Oh my gosh.
What? How does that happen? He was so close to getting that meaty setup, and he messed up the timing. And Destroyer stealing that game.
There is a new
Everyone
champion.
tonight has been a thief. There's been so many steals.
Oh, just wait. You know, that's the HKT Day 1 special. Wake up EX laser. And you have to OG immediately. Because that's always going to be an option.
My heart. Help. What is happening? 4 Game 5 situations in a row.
Round
Showing you, this is one of the best top 8s in the history.
Oh, for sure. Round 1, game 5s across the board. And Youngmonster's going to start us off with some big girl damage in the corner carry and an incoming mix. Kept it nice and simple. And you know, that's
He does not want to let up. I think that's the thing. Whether he's up close or full screen, keep pressing buttons, get the guns going, or do some sort of pressure. Because otherwise, you're looking at this. You're looking at Destroyer taking off a good chunk of damage, getting that smart disc out, and this is not fun to deal with.
once that smart disc has come into play, the game has changed each and every time. It's got him full screen to in instantly. But problem is, it's got to get it out through that arsenal that Jackie Bay has.
Crispy cancels scouting out that interactable. But the rocket on the EX guard is going to go ahead and take that. Youngmonster sitting on set point here in game number 5. Hard knockdown. Oh, just misses the meaty setup, but this is going to do some good damage. He's not going to have enough meter to break. decides to go for a late breaker, that's a scary situation because if he gets caught again, no doubt the set will end. The Youngmonster will advance. So you see him just scouting out this armor. And
Hey,
right there, didn't manage to get it.
Oh, and this is any hit now. That's gonna do it, and
Not much
Youngmonster's
you
gonna
can do
take
about
it.
that. One more time with the Nickelodeon slime.
Jackie wins.
And 3-2, Youngmonster will advance into semifinals, where he will play semiij. I can't believe we got 4 straight Game 5s.
We were not expecting this. Now here's the thing. This is going to be tough because now Frozen Acid is going to end up going up against Youngmonster. That might prove to be a little bit difficult.
Sorry. Sorry. That's a correction on my end. He's going to be playing Frozen Acid, not semiij. My bad.
Yeah.
My bad.
No,
My bad,
rightfully
guys.
so. We're so used to semiij being in the top 4, but Frozen Acid with that ridiculous play the last set.
Yeah, my bad. My bad.
Yeah, it happens, you know. I think it's safe to say that caught us all off guard, having semiij knocked out early in the top 8.
I'm not used to it. I'm not used to seeing him lose those Game 5s like that. It's so rare.
Used to seeing him lose, period. I mean, let's be serious here. But semiij is one of the most dominating players in the game right now. So our top 4 is set. We have Frozen Acid against Youngmonster and Noble's Dragon going up against Sweet Neptune. So we'll just have to wait and see who's going to advance it to the grand finals for here in week 5.
And before we get started with semifinals, I'd like to go ahead and give shout-outs to some of our partners here at the Kombat Cup. Check out Catalyst Mints at catalystmints.com. Guys, I can't say enough great things about this brand just because I use it so many times. Pop a couple Catalyst Mints, feeling great for the day. And it's all natural, makes your breath smell good. So, if you got that late night date, pop a couple mints, fresh as breath. You got that energy to go all night long. All night long. Anyways, check them out at catalystmints.com and use discount code STREAMME to save 5%. And also, check out Smash.gg where we have the Kombat Cup. Great for offline and online events. If you're TO or player alike, check them out.
All right, and also make sure to go ahead and check us out on all the social media, twitter.com/streamme. You could go to our YouTube, make sure you can subscribe there, youtube.com/streammevids, or even on Instagram at stream_me. And make sure, be a part of the action, have a chance to interact with some of the best admins that I've personally had a chance to talk to. Start streaming, get 50 followers, boom. Instant subscribe button, get your emotes going, 70-30 split in your favor. It's really that easy. And obviously, if you're on the lookout for a computer chair, make sure you go ahead and check out Arazi, www.arazi.com. Customized chairs, instantly save 10% when you use the code STREAMME.
And do not forget to register for week number 6 of the Kombat Cup, but more importantly right now is tomorrow, and that is going to be Konquest. Guys, there's more points on the line this season, which is going to come into even bigger of a play at the end of the season. Last season, very minimal points, only the top 4 this season. 25 points to first place, 20 points to second place, 15 points to third and fourth place, and 10 points to fifth or eighth place. So there's more points and more points spread out. So do not forget to
those
register.
points are extremely important as we progress later on in the season. So don't forget, easy points up for grabs. Don't miss out.
And all right, we're going to go ahead and invite our next match in here. This is going to be Dragon versus Sweet Neptune. Sweet Neptune in his first top 8, now in his first top 4. And if Dragon were to win this, he'll move up to third place, tied with Sonic Fox in points. And Dragon missed out on the first 3 weeks of the Kombat Cup. Only competed last week and so far. That's what winning does for you.
Oh yeah.
It's you skyrocket right to the top.
No, that is for sure. But even now, you're taking a look at this Frozen Acid, already going to move farther ahead from Star Charger because of his top 4 placement. And if he manages to get into Grand Finals this week, he might even shoot past Rabbit Leafing and Rewind, which is a big deal. That's exactly where he wants to keep himself closer in a more comfortable position. To kind of cushion any slip-ups that he may have later on this season. But even then, Dragon, as dominant as he's been, still sitting in 9th place. So if Sweet Neptune pulls the upset on Dragon, that will actually put Frozen Acid in an even better spot as well. Leave the last few spots to fight between them while he sits up close in 4th and 5th place. So as we said, we'll have Noble's Rapture. Noble's Dragon going up
Noble
against
Neptune. Whoa now.
Noble Neptune. Too soon.
Although with the win here.
And you never know, man. You know what? You take a look at Neptune's gameplay. I mean, the guy's pretty good. He's been showing that he could really hang with the best. But it'll be Neptune going up against Dragon, and then after this, we'll have finalists for the week.
And we're going to set our first finalist right now, as we do have Sweet Neptune in here, going against Dragon in the same matchup we saw Sweet Neptune win. They're in round number 1.
Now, here's the thing. Dragon's opting to go Royal Storm here, so the parry is completely out of play. Which might be a breath of fresh air for if you're Neptune.
Yeah, not having to worry about that. You can go complete ham and cheese in your pressure. Getting the first hit and the immediate bust slam. Dragon, and wow, the fan playing footsies for him. Just right in front of him, that shadow kick whiffing. And goes with stun double.
Oh, and the dirty stun double setup. There you go. And all these plus frames holding everything.
Yes,
Dragon's out of the corner.
Once he has those things active in the corner, he's got some great fun blockables. Need the conversion, even off the trade, that's going to chip him. Sweet Neptune, here to play tonight here in the Kombat Cup. Hello.
Is it even savage to do down 3 EX Mimic? I mean, technically it's safe.
Yeah.
That's a thing. That's a real thing. No doubt, Sweet Neptune opting to go stun double, trying to inch his way in, hit him with the mimics, and keep the plus frames from mid-screen. Kind of negates Katana's zoning game a little bit.
Yeah, the only downfall is he let Dragon build about 2 bars there in that pressure, and wow, almost built a full bar of his own, but Dragon's still sitting on a breaker even if it would open him up.
Oh, and that the forward 2 string is so deadly with its range. The Dragon has no reason to go after Neptune. He's going to sit back and throw fans all day long while Neptune, at the very least, gets that trade. But even now, Dragon's sitting on a nice chunk of meter. Neptune's been really on point with these grab techs, though. We have to give him that. So that's the
once again.
Forward 2.
Final round. Fight.
So yeah. Oh, gets clipped by the forward 2.
And no breaker from Dragon. Dragon believing in himself that he can block here. And he sure does. He finds his way out of the corner and gets here's going to be some damage.
I'm not too sure what Neptune's trying to do there. That's the second time in a row he blocked a jump punch and then let go of block afterwards. He needs to be careful with that. That was a simple mistake, costing 50%.
That was Half-Life from the Princess. Oh my gosh, Dragon still doesn't want to break here. Oh, he's got an X-ray though.
That's scary. Neptune needs to get him off of that meter now. Somehow. But Dragon's just gonna... He's gonna try and put him in a...
Oh, and it's unblockable.
It's so hard.
It's unblockable. Okay, guys, I have the confirmation from Paulo. He actually said that even if you block it, it hits. That's unblockable.
And also, if you really think about it, you look at the health that Sweet Neptune had, even if he blocked that X-ray, that was still going to do like 12% chip. It would have evened out the life lead. And then all Dragon would have had to do is step back. So his best bet was to try and get Dragon off of that X-ray before it happened. But very smart knowing on Dragon, knowing that an X-ray alone actually wouldn't kill Neptune. He had to go for that string.
But, you know, Sweet Neptune's still playing really well. In the season number 1, we never saw him creep up there in the top 8. But every time I looked into the brackets, he always had to play one of those top dogs, and he'd always get games off him. So I was like, you know, Sweet Neptune's down. He's got to break one of these weeks. Just like the Retro Techs and all those guys that, you know, they break through every once in a while. I saw him get, you know, all these quality wins and playing these top players really close. So it's really good to see him do well here. And he's taking it to Dragon right now.
And you know what he's doing now? He went back to A-list. That's his comfort. But he's adding in a lot more grabs into the mix. Literally. Grab it. Just, that's what's
right there.
really going to help him out right now. And I would expect him, hopefully, after this round, if he takes it, the sweet spot. I had the break there. Did not want to go down that much life. And he's just going to have to hold all this pressure.
Dragon being stingy with his bar, and I think Neptune's just respecting him to come off it eventually. And Dragon's just staggering away here, and bam, just like that.
That's going to actually do it, and this is exactly what we were talking about before earlier tonight. It doesn't matter if you have a health lead against Dragon. It really doesn't. Dragon just has that clutch factor. It's almost like he plays even better under pressure.
And we haven't even seen Shinnok tonight.
No, he's been rocking a katana the whole way, which, you know what? It got him most of the way at final round with the exception of a few matchups. So, why not? Oh, catches him with the backdash with the forward two.
That just shows how good Dragon is, because people blew him up so many times, you know, winning because of Tanya, winning because of Alien, and he's using Shinnok and Katana. And while they're down for it, it's an it. Does not want to eat the full combo in the overhead, and he's actually going to die from that. That was.
Don't say I never did it.
You know what? As
that was
wonky
mixed
as it looked, it was super smart because he kept going for the forward twos, and Dragon was like, "I'd rather block the forward two and eat a bunch of down fours," but he didn't realize how quickly those little bits of damage add up.
Some people like to say, you know, they'll eat the down four every single time. If you eat the down four every single time, that's going to add up.
Well, think about it. Down four does about 3 to 4%.
Yep.
5 times in a row, that's pretty much a normal mid-screen combo. Not too much of a trade there, and Neptune clutching that out. But even now, round number 3 getting very close. Neptune definitely does not want to go down too low this early, and if Dragon doesn't drop his combo, it's over. Again, it decides to keep it simple. Down one left, back to 46% with some to spare.
Kitana wins.
Now Dragon is 2-0. I don't know, Aquaman. It's going to be tough to see another Game 5, but Sweet Neptune needs something to happen.
We can sit here and pray to the elder gods.
That would be so ridiculous. What if every set tonight goes to Game 5? Please.
Or we can try to go to bed at a decent time and hope for some quick matches to close this out.
At the very end, I just don't want to see shutouts. Even if Neptune could take a game, he's switching the sector, maybe it might be able to pull something out. But you have to think at the same time, Dragon just came off a win at final round. No doubt he had sectors along the way.
Even if,
especially against Fox.
Yeah, even if Neptune were to take this, Dragon has that Shinnok that would come out immediately. Because this is a matchup that has plagued Dragon here in the Kombat Cup, and he's finally found his answer with Imposter Shinnok.
He's going to have to try and make something happen. He gets the first hit going, gets a hard knockdown off the missile, and this is exactly what I would expect to see. See a lot of trades with a hard knockdown in Neptune's favor. And just kind of playing the patient game. And one of the beautiful things about not even just Sector, but Triborg as a character, between all its variations, each variation could be played so differently, so you can know the matchup, but you won't know how to adjust to Neptune for a good couple of rounds. And as we see so far, the character switch seems to be proving much more effective.
Yeah, if you only, and this is sector in general, if you only play against one sector the entire time, and then you play someone that plays them completely different, you're gonna have that adjustment period.
And Dragon being the caliber of player that he is, he'll probably adjust relatively quickly, but it's a matter of if Neptune feels more comfortable with sector in this matchup. I think that's really the big question here. And we're seeing now, so far, he's just playing much better. He's playing much more solid. Oh, just a little bit of the hit confirm drop there, though. That left out some pretty decent damage on the table.
Dragon got him cornered. Let's see if Sweet Neptune can work his way back out. And he went for the throwback into the corner, scouted by Dragon, and got caught by the raw lift. There's some savagery from the other.
Had to break there. No doubt Neptune's going to sit back here now and try to build some meter. A couple throw missiles. That box is not going to get reflected. But this combo is going to kill. And Dragon making sure he stays on the opposite end of the corner. Does not want to have his back to the wall there.
Final round. Fight.
And now all the room to just kind of back up, take his time, make sure he doesn't trade with the missile. Even scouts the interactable there. Neptune off of almost all of his resources, only sitting on about a bar and a half. Hasn't tried scouting it out yet.
And now he finds himself in the corner. Doesn't have a bar, so he's probably going to eat some 2-1-2 mix up, and he sure does. Oh, off for the 2-1-3 there.
Very smart. Neptune, again, letting go of block after that blocked jump punch. Maybe trying to go for a gap in between? Not too sure. Oh, Dragon with the 1-1 punish Neptune off of his meter. Dragon on the verge to possibly close out the set with the next touch.
That was a savage 1-1 by Dragon to check that teleport. Neptune didn't come off the meter, and he was sitting on 2 bars.
Well, might have just read the fact that maybe Neptune didn't want to do it. That's actually going to do it.
Let's give him one more hit.
And the ass would.
What?
Death by ass.
Death by ass here on the Kombat Cup. That was a crazy sequence. Okay, so Dragon sitting there on the ground with 2 bars. Neptune respected the wake up, and Dragon read that he would respect the wake up and just woke up.
Fatality.
Walk forward 1-step throw. That's some high level stuff right there.
Pay your respects.
And now Dragon, our first grand finalist here in week number 5. Shattering our hopes and dreams of another Game 5 situation. But nevertheless, congrats.
The complete opposite, in fact. Just giving us a quick 3-0. The champ sitting here.
He'll be sitting comfortably. More points for him. Neptune eliminating the top 4. Great showing. Taking out Star Charger. Definitely helped him situation as far as points go. But now that also begs the question. Frozen Acid and Youngmonster up next, right? If Frozen Acid can... I can't even call it upset. I think this is a fairly even matchup between 2 players. But if he can beat Youngmonster and award himself even more points, it's one thing to continue that prophecy of winning this week. It's another thing to solidify yourself further in the top 16 highest points.
I mean, this man with his own prophecy wasn't worried about anybody else. So he was not worried about Dragon whatsoever. He said, you know what? He won offline. Big deal. Okay, this is Frozen Acid, the gods territory online, son.
And the perfect mix of Frozen Acid and Immortal Angel, as we saw in his earlier matches, just that calculated craziness just really seems to be effective. Not just with him, but with everyone. Maybe that's the tech. Maybe you just got to be a little bit risky. Risk it for the biscuit, you know?
Risk it for the biscuit. One of my favorite Doughboy sayings that just makes me
is that
smile.
a Doughboy saying, man?
It is. Well, okay.
Doughboy.
I'm not. He was the first person that I ever heard say that, and it was while I was on the back end of things running the stream, and I'm just listening, and I heard that, and I died in the background.
Doughboy's great, man.
What you Because you know what would be great if he just had a major and he's got that warm buttery Popeyes biscuit sitting in his hand and people are just risking it. You know what I mean?
Damn, are you like trying to make me hungry right now, or you're gonna need to relax with that? With these in-depth descriptions of amazing food.
It wouldn't be an NRS stream if Popeyes wasn't mentioned. Okay,
that's very
Popeyes
true.
chicken is damn good.
But CEO, dude, having Wawa's right next to the venue is
Wawa
a godsend.
Popeyes chicken right next to the venue.
Oh my god, that has everything, man. It's got a Chili's, got a Wawa's, it has a Popeyes, it has everything. CEO best free.
Across the street, there was also a deep dish pizza joint that was fantastic. Guys, if you haven't been to CEO, go.
And speaking of deep dish, Giordano's at Combo Breaker, please.
Ooh.
Please. I know Maze knows what I'm talking about behind the scenes. I still have the pictures, man. That looked like it was created by aliens.
Maze in the chat, just yes. Yes.
It's so good, man.
With that win, Dragon getting into finals, he's now tied with Sonic Fox here in season number 2 in points, in 3rd place. And we're waiting on Youngmonster to come join us for our next semifinal match.
So we're just patiently waiting. And you know what? Obviously, I have not had a chance yet to see it, but the Watchtower was today, so I'm sure the chat is super excited about what they saw. I wish I had a chance to talk about it, but I have not gone around to watching it. I just know that Swamp Thing is apparently super hype.
I've actually heard nothing but Cheetah is broken the whole day. So
really?
I haven't watched it myself either, but everyone.
Well,
just
you know
says,
what, man? I expect that kind of talk. Everyone always gets super antsy
for
right
sure.
off the bat.
I mean, the moment Firestorm, the moment that Firestorm did his projectile, the entire scene got triggered. Broken zoner, ridiculous.
Yeah,
Martian, please.
Everyone's getting
again.
PTSD from Injustice 1.
Oh, yep, just. Oh.
But even then, man, just give it time. Let NRS do their thing. Everything just always seems to work out on its own.
We got our next semifinal going.
I hate that you said that. You're lucky this match is starting, man. Oh, my stomach, please. All right, so here we go. Sticking with their guns, literally.
Get the number 8 if you go to Popeyes. All right, the 5-piece tender combo. You get 2 dipping sauces, a side, and a biscuit with a drink.
You want to know the definition of a tragedy?
What?
I don't have a Popeyes within a 15-mile radius.
That is unfortunate. But we got another semifinal match going on. This is a prophecy in the making. Frozen Acid trying to get into his first grand finals in Kombat Cup, and these YOLO teleports have been paying off for him all night. In the wake up of Rocket from Youngmonster,
The
savagery,
point blank of Rocket, the savagery.
And these two are known to be some savages, and this is gonna get savage quick.
Down one in the Flame War. It's not even savage because it's safe. Frozen Acid pulling out all the tricks in the book early on in the set, taking the first round.
Round 2, fight.
Oh, very nice blocks, but no punish on the Flame Aura. Just a little bit out of range, had enough time to recover. Luckily for Frozen Acid, getting away with murder there.
I've actually been impressed by Frozen Acid's blocks all night. He has looked so patient when his opponent has gotten offensive and just waits his turn.
And the neutral jump punch out of the vortex, that was a read and a half. Oh, no punish on the Flame Aura there. Frozen Acid just wants to make something happen in the Raw EX teleport.
And Youngmonster not breaking here. This is going to get dangerous. He doesn't break. Oh my gosh, it actually hit
What
one of them.
was that? Okay, so this is not going to kill, but Frozen Acid is in a lot of trouble.
Now,
Virtually identical in life.
oh, it goes underneath the stand one. It doesn't trip out all the way.
No. You hate to see that happen, misjudging the chip.
That run up down 4 killed him because he didn't have the stamina to break.
That is a devastating way to lose a round. He had the bar. You know what? No doubt he tried to go for EX teleport and maybe I didn't put it. He had the bar for EX teleport, didn't chip him out. And now it seems to be that he's playing on a little bit of a tilt. You go EX takedown, uses that hit of armor there.
Oh, and the standoff. Both of them not pressing a button, and then the one from Jackie so fast, 6-frame startup, and he's displayed such great knowledge as Frozen Acid. He armored through so many gaps for Melina, and just knew that was kind of a Youngmonster special going for the throw there. Doesn't pay off though. Youngmonster is going to take game number 1.
Jackie wins.
And you hate to see that kind of thing happen. To go from being so close to closing out a set, making an input error, and now
Respects.
not closing the set, closing out the game, and having the game actually taken away from you. Youngmonster up 1-0, no doubt. Very happy with that performance. But if you're Frozen Acid right now, you got to be a little bit upset.
Jackie Briggs, Scorpion.
Frozen Acid talking to himself right now, saying, "That's not enough to beat me, son. You got to take 3. All right, that was a gift. But here I come."
The legendary prophecy is not out of. It's still written in stone. But Youngmonster looking to destroy that stone, shoot it to pieces. Now here's the thing: Frozen Acid has been playing extremely well tonight. I mean, just to take out semiij alone is a huge statement. With that being said, Youngmonster does not want to go down a single game.
Great reaction
He's
to
going to
start
do
us off here.
everything he can, short of getting anti-air by that standing 3. Hopefully, in his side, he does not want to go down again.
He committed everything with a low, meterless spear, and he had the meter to back up to keep it safe. That's some savagery.
And just the it's one of the most beautiful things watching with character specialists is the hit confirms that they have. You see, they know just how to maximize their damage from any touch on screen. And you're seeing all this damage being shipped out. Youngmonster looking
That's why you're losing.
pretty dominant right now. First match was pretty close, but you're seeing just like a full change in swing here. And an unfortunate drop by Frozen Acid.
That may have
just
put him
barely
on
missing
a little
those
bit of tilt.
frames there, no doubt.
Oh, and here we go. He's got the bar to extend it. Or he's going to keep it meterless, keep him cornered. Go for some mix here. And Youngmonster's pressing the button there, and he's going to throw away this round, it looks like.
Now wait a minute. We know the type of devastating damage that Jackie can do. And then he just lets go of block. Just wanted to save it. Don't give Frozen Acid more meter than he
Final
needs.
round. Fight.
It would definitely be something if we started off 4 game 5s, get 2 3-0s to set our grand finals.
This is kind of a big statement. Frozen Acid is definitely feeling a little bit of the pressure right now. Because obviously he wants this win really bad, but he's making all these hard reads that are just not paying off, and they're getting anti-air. Like, this is not something you want to do. Youngmonster 1 hit away from being able to go up 2-0 here.
Oh, and again, I'll tell you what, just like the infamous Dave Chappelle skit, when keeping it real goes wrong, when savagery goes wrong, is exactly what we just saw right there.
And unfortunate for Frozen Acid, Youngmonster looking absolutely dominating here. Took him a little bit to adjust to Frozen Acid's gameplay, but virtually no big holes in his gameplay. Youngmonster just seems to be like pretty solid all the way around.
And it looks like if those hard reads, those risks that Acid's taking don't pay off, I mean, just falls apart like we just saw.
Frozen Acid on the verge. No, he's not going to go Inferno. He won't. If he goes Inferno, he will lock himself into Inferno. Okay, so he goes Hellfire. That would have been nuts to see. Imagine a Game 5 situation with only Inferno, please. Where's the Mortal Angel when you need him?
We've seen crazy things like that before here on the comeback. We've seen Cyrax mount a comeback like that, and Cyrax was thought to be dead, buried,
Shout out to
forgotten.
Condor.
Round
I'm
1.
purposely saying his name wrong because apparently that's the meme now. So here we go. Youngmonster opening up, getting the first hit. Quick 34%, already in the corner.
Oh, very good not committing to the teleport, but just feinting it. Doesn't get the full combo here, but still gets a lot of chip with that Flame War active, but the
Wake up
rockets have been great.
Youngmonster seems to know when you're going to jump. And that's really important to have against a character like Scorpion, where he relies a lot on those strong aerial attacks. And Youngmonster is on set point right now.
Round 2. Fight.
And this is looking really rough for Frozen Acid right now. A little bit of a mini scramble, just trying to get something started. Dropping a lot of inputs, going for staggers. Hopefully throwing Youngmonster off his timing, but the interactable saving him from that flame aura.
Oh, puts himself in the corner with no stamina now. Oh, and comes off so much meter.
Just a little bit faster, but it's just not working out for him.
The patience, it seems, has just left Frozen Acid's body right now, and now he has no resources whatsoever. If Youngmonster gets one hit.
By Frozen Acid there. Oh, Plus Frames decides to keep it going. Oh no! No punish on the normal spear. Just taking his time, he's so close. And the EX takedown, the nail in the coffin. Youngmonster is our second grand finalist. As Frozen Acid
another day
throws away his own prophecy,
Jackie
being
wins.
eliminated in the semifinals. So there you have it, your grand finals for week 5 of the Kombat Cup. We will have Youngmonster going up against Noble's Dragon.
That is going to set it, and Dragon looking to become only our 3-time back-to-back champion here in the Kombat Cup. Sonic Fox has done it, semiij has done it. And now Dragon looking to get up there, and Dragon, who had no wins, and finally getting it last week over, of all people, Sonic Fox. So this is going to be a slobber knocker if there ever was one. But here's what's interesting. If Dragon wins, he's going to have sole possession of 4th place at 300 points. Mm-hmm. But if Youngmonster wins, he will be in 2nd place. And Young, looking for his first win of this season, he does have a win in season number 1. The very first week that he showed up, he won. That's savage.
That is ridiculous. But also, if you're Youngmonster, I wouldn't say you need to be afraid of it, but I would be cautious of Dragon's momentum. I mean, this guy has to be, if you're Dragon, you're feeling good right now. You are sitting in grand finals. You won final round, which is more than what probably what he was aiming for, but maybe didn't even think that was going to happen. But his hard work paid off. So he's sitting on cloud 9 right now.
Oh, absolutely. He's got the Lunchable that final round paid for sitting on him, waiting for him after the victory tonight.
Oh, that's just not even that. He has the Lunchable with the dessert inside. You know those those snack things with the chocolate dip. Oh,
that has the Capri Sun already in the box.
Yes, so good. Shout out to Capri Sun, man.
That's the way
Talk
to go.
Talk about a throwback, man. If it wasn't Capri Sun back in the day, it was Tang.
Tang. Oh.
I know. You and me know what Tang is. Maybe some of the youngins don't know what Tang is. They didn't get to live that dream. God, those were the days. Or the making your own tombstone pizzas. God, take me back. What a great time. What a great time to be alive.
Well, exactly. What a time to be alive. And guys, Young's only win season number 1 was over Dragon 3-2 in grand finals. Well, real quick, guys, a quick shout outs to our partners here at the Kombat Cup. Catalyst Mints, I can talk about them all night. You're going to see me sprinkle some in a case later as I make sweet, sweet love to that case of Catalyst Mints later on. But for now, I'm just going to talk about it. Check them out at catalystmints.com. Use discount code STREAMY to save 5%. Great energy product, natural, no sugars, none of this dye, food dye. It's all natural, guys. Check them out. It'll freshen up your breath, freshen up your gameplay, and use that discount code. Save 5%. Also, shout outs to Smash.gg. Great tournament bracket system. And right now, it's an entire tournaments website if need be. You can do registration on it. You can sell merchandise. You can do everything. Everything a tournament needs, that can be your home site. Online, offline, series, whatever you need, they can do it. If you're a TO, if you're a player, check them out at smash.gg.
Yeah, and it's so easy to use too. And also for us, check us out, all the social media, you know the works, twitter.com/StreamMe. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/StreamMeVids, or even follow us on Instagram at stream_me. If you want to be a part of the action, be a part of the website, get the streaming, make some money, have some fun doing it, create the account. All you need is 50 followers while you stream. Boom, subscription, 70-30 split in your favor. Bing, bang, boom, wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. And also, check out www.arazi.com with those beautiful, silky smooth chairs. Use discount code StreamMe to save 10% on your purchase. Do not forget to put that code in.
Yeah, I just sent Dragon the invite where we will have Dragon versus in a runback of season number 1, week 8 grand finals, where Young won 3-2.
Yeah, but like we were talking about before, Dragon sitting very comfortably, but Youngmonster wants to take out Dragon. They've had some run-ins in the past. You know, that's definitely happened before. But it's kind of a big deal for both of them. You look past how many times they've ran into each other, but you take a look at where they are in points, that's where this is really going to mean the most. But you see Dragon is now into it. I would expect to see Katana versus Jackie Briggs right off the start.
And there we go. The stage is set. He's going with the hidden variation pick. I think he's going to go mournful. That's just that's just what my gut's telling me.
Dragon, it's the psychic Youngmonster out thinking he's going to switch variations. I'm going to put my money on Royal Storm. Sticking with the bread and butter. Go with the reflect. But we'll have to wait and see what happens. And he does go mournful. That's why I don't bet it.
If it was a 50-50, I would have blocked it, and then I would have had him eat the next one. But that's besides the point. Here we go. Grand finals is set. Dragon, Youngmonster, week 5, Kombat Cup. Let's get into it.
Never take me to Vegas, often. I'll lose everything. All right, so here we go. No doubt, Dragon wanted to go for mournful to do the annoying little bits of damage and keep his distance. The in-the-air glaive pretty much eliminates any zoning option that full auto has.
Especially full screen, as the up rocket will not reach her.
Exactly. And I think that's my
what a read!
And that's
oh my gosh!
That was insane.
Oh my! And that one read alone to crouch and punish that set the tone for everything in that round, and he just ran away with it. And that was a sick setup, just putting out the guns and letting it rip at the end of the hit stun. Oh my gosh, we're off to a start.
I am literally at a loss for words. I have no idea what just happened those last 15 seconds. That was beautiful. But now Dragon throwing glaives, keeping his distance, and that's the height that we're talking about. That little sweet spot that kind of negates a lot of the zoning.
And even if you get a read to get underneath it, she's so hard to trip guard when she lands. He actually gets there, but didn't come off the bar to get the full combo. Great low profile from Youngmonster. Tried to come off the meter to force a break, but doesn't here. Dragon's going to hold on to some bar.
And there you go, Dragon clipping him with that glaive there, taking round number 2. Virtually identical in meter. Oh, that's going to do a nice chunk of damage. Dragon kind of wants to get out of this corner, just misses the sweet spot, and it gets hit by the EX air glaive. No doubt that's an overhead. And Youngmonster is just so on point with these duck punishes. The whip punishes on the shadow kick is a huge deal. And another EX staff grab, just trying to keep Youngmonster off him.
That is something that mournful players love to get away with because so many people block them and it's unpunishable. But man, 2 punishes right out of the gate. Dragon's going to double think doing them from now on. Oh, and what a conversion here from Dragon. Getting back in the corner. Just have to watch out for the wake up.
He has all the room in the world to just back up. He's trying to chip him out. Dragon frantically trying to back that shit. Didn't have the stamina to do it. Ends up getting caught eating the overhead. Youngmonster going up game 1.
Another day, another beatdown.
Put it all on the 50-50. And we know it's not a risk when you have that up rocket because she remains safe, but sometimes it's that coin flip at the end of a round, and that's the way she goes here in Mortal Kombat X.
Now, Noble Dragon, he's probably a little bit confused because now he tried to go with a Mournful pick. It went really well, except for 1 or 2 key errors, but I guess he does decide to stick with Mournful. Probably the right idea considering that height distance means a lot in this matchup, I think. It really has a chance to give him the edge. He just needs to tighten up a few loose ends.
And let's see what kind of adjustments Dragon can make. Those 2 punishes, as you saw on the Shadow Kick, just took the breath right out of him to start us off. Because he was in full control of game number 1 as well. To start us off, those instant glaives paying off big, and those 2 Shadow Kicks he went for just went so punished.
Yeah, being able to whip punish those Shadow Kicks was a huge deal in game 1. No doubt, Dragon is going to think twice before just throwing those out. Oh, and another mix. What a drop by Youngmonster. Very devastating. That is not the kind of damage you want to leave on the table. And speaking of damage, here comes Dragon with some of his own, but a drop of his own as well. Just taking his time.
Very good block from Dragon.
Beautiful defense on both sides. Dragon still has a life lead. Trying to EX staff grab, didn't work. Off the beat, a tech grab by Youngmonster.
And a tech again, Dragon. Wow,
and that is
the
so
defense.
Youngmonster, no doubt, misjudging the distance on there. Not only losing that round, but putting himself in the corner.
They say that defense wins championships, and that was incredible defense.
The Youngmonster playing out of his mind right now. Now that also looked like a punish. Ducking the normal gunshot into a Shadow Kick seemed to be a punish, so maybe that's another reason Dragon decided to go Mournful. The armor working out in Youngmonster's favor.
Yep, doesn't want Dragon to get any momentum here, but oh, here comes some big. Is that Mournful?
And a beautiful chunk of damage. Then the swaggiest of combos.
31%. Wake up, Rocket! The savagery from Youngmonster. It's so fast. What is it, like 11 frames or something?
Yeah, just about 11 frames, 10, 11 frames. It doesn't chip him out just yet. Don't give Dragon a chance to breathe. And he doesn't, making sure. Reloads that gun. All the ammo in the world. And we're going to round number 3. If Youngmonster goes up 2-0, Dragon will be in a lot of trouble. And here comes some big damage. Dragon does not have breaker, so the next hit will really put him in a difficult position. Armor's right through, wants nothing to do with that pressure.
And just gets over the raw
overhead
string.
again.
Oh, that's a tough one to block right there.
No, he dropped it, but the down 3. Securing that. Youngmonster 2-0 on Dragon so far. Just sitting on set point. Nice and comfortable. Now, if you're Dragon, you need to take a step back and think. Because the first match was no doubt much closer than the second. Who knows? Maybe he's a little bit wired out from final round. Well, Youngmonster, you can't take anything away from him right now. He's playing out of his mind. Dragon opting to stay Mournful. Now locked into Mournful for the remainder of the set. No doubt does not want to go down 3-0 to anybody. Especially in grand finals.
Yeah,
can Youngmonster get the 3-0?
I think a lot of people
thought Week 5 champion.
He's 1 game away. I think people really thought that he was going to go to a Shinnok, possibly a variation switch, but Shinnok doesn't steal the greatest thing from Jackie, so he definitely looks to use Shinnok and where he can pick up a vortex, right back up.
And even then, he might have even thought about going Bone Shaper. I know he messed around with him just a little bit, but he was confident in his katana. Either game was not a blow. They both went to the last round, pretty similar in health. But even now, we're seeing that Dragon's opting for more of the zoning playstyle, which seems to be working. The only problem is getting stuck in the corner, eating a mix-up, and then Jackie's damage. But the staff grab hitting Jackie in the air, Dragon securing that round. No doubt if that missed, that was death.
Round 2. Fight.
Youngmonster has played that corner game so perfect. He'll just come at you, back off a little. I love what he's doing in the corner.
He keeps that pressure on without actually being face-to-face with you, which is actually just as deadly as the mix-ups alone.
Oh, it's frightening.
And triple stanky leg, it's so good. 39%.
Oh, very good interrupt on the back two. She's trying to mix it up with the back three and the back two.
Talking about those young man reactions. Youngmonster opting to break the end of that combo there. Very interesting.
Wow, what? That was so fast for Youngmonster to react with the up rocket and get a full combo here, 37%. Seeing Dragon whip that string behind him, that was nuts. And
Youngmonster is on set point of 3-0ing Dragon right now. That is not something you're used to hearing. Just the fact that Dragon is down 2-0. This is the last round potentially. Youngmonster on tournament point here in week 5. Eats the overhead, Dragon has to break. Very nice box by Dragon, but the trade is not in his favor. This is looking devastating. The life support is there. Does he pull the plug to grab?
And that is just triple sneaky leg, and that's going to do it. Youngmonster is going to be your week 5 Kombat Cup champion over Dragon. Came in with so much momentum, and just like that, taken away as the young man is going to take it. And he's going to move into second place in the standings over Tweety.
And that, I got to be honest, I was not expecting that to happen.
You know, obviously, well played to both players. Congratulations, Youngmonster, for being crowned champion of week 5. But a 3-0 over final round champion Nobles Dragon is definitely a statement.
Yeah, and it was great play. He had the reactions, he had the mixes, and I loved how he'd apply pressure and just kind of back off. If it didn't work out, because he kept it safe, a lot of cancels with the back two and up rocket, EX up rocket, and even the regular up rocket being safe. Just back off, wait his turn, and really, once he found his way in on Dragon's plan, which was mournful, keep away, the instant air glaze. Once he found his way in, really looked confident in his play.
Definitely, absolutely. And you know what? You still can't take anything away from Dragon. Youngmonster obviously played great. Definitely the whiff punishes on the shadow kicks were by far what really helped set that momentum. But even then, for Dragon, making it to grand finals yet again, awarding himself some points. Nothing to be ashamed of. So taking a look there. Had a quick little rundown of everything you saw. Tweety still sitting at 3rd place. Youngmonster is now in 2nd place with 340 points. And obviously semiij, even after being knocked out first round of top 8, sitting comfortable at 500 points. A very Grand Canyon-like gap between 1st and 2nd place.
Yeah, congratulations, Youngmonster. Looking great here in season number 2. Was only able to join us halfway through season number 1. And, I mean, look at the foothold that he's got here in season number 2. And he's in great position to make it into finals, as his brother did last season. And his brother is also up there this season in 7th place right now at 205 points. And that battle below that battle from 12th to 6th is just one good week, like one top 8, and that entire thing is going to shift. So coming down to these final weeks, all these points are going to matter. So if any of those guys go to Konquest and win, they're going to jump. I mean, potentially massive amount of spots. If Illusion Scar,
and that's really important. I mean, you say time and time again, there's no reason not to do it. Speaking of Konquest, remember, tomorrow, Konquest, do it. Get your points. Anything you missed out on. If you didn't place in the top 4, you can participate. So get those points, close that gap, put yourself in a more comfortable spot. No reasons to not participate.
Yeah, go ahead and sign up for Konquest tomorrow.
8
Please
p.m.
do it. Yep, 8 p.m., same place. I believe we're going to have, for once, the usual guys on deck with Saga and Doughboy.
Yeah, we will have that. But you know what's going to be juicy about Konquest is that
semiij can participate.
Ooh,
in
and
Konquest.
semiij was the shark of Konquest last season. Man, oh man, that man got so many points on Konquest alone, especially at the beginning of the Kombat Cup. And last season we only had 5 different winners in the Kombat Cup, and we're already up to 4 this season. So looking much different and much broader, competitive wise.
Variety is really what gives not just this game, but it gives the audience a breath of fresh air. You know, there's nothing better than seeing new faces each and every week. So I expect to see even more. Tonight's top 8 obviously was amazing. I mean, there's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Great play by everyone. It was definitely a pleasure watching tonight and having a chance to cast it.
Yeah, it was a great time. Fantastic top 8. Wish all of them went to Game 5 for you guys, but wasn't in the cards for us. We still got 4 of them, which is real nice. And congratulations to all the players that made it in the top. And thank you to you guys in the chat for being here and watching it with us.
Absolutely. And, you know, obviously we can't be doing it without your guys' support. So I see you guys, see familiar faces, new faces in the chat. You know how much you guys mean to us, and we appreciate it. So we'll be back. See you guys. Go ahead, tune in tomorrow to the Konquest Cup at 8 p.m. on this channel. And then, as always, we'll be back on Sunday, 6 p.m. sharp, with the beginning of week number 6.
And final thank you to our partners here at the Kombat Cup, Catalyst Mints. Check them out at catalystmints.com. Use that discount code STREAMY to save 5% off their wonderful energy product. And you're going to hear me talk about it here in a little bit when I sprinkle some into in a case to some real sexifying music, if I do say so myself, Big D. But that's for another time. Also, be sure to check out Smash.gg, great tournament platform, online and offline. You guys know what the deal is. Go check them out. If you're a player looking to compete in something, you're going to find something there to compete in. Or offline, all the majors moving over to Smash.gg, so check them out.
All right, and moving over to the social media side. You have social media, so do we. Stay connected with us, twitter.com/streamme, youtube.com/streammevids, or even on Instagram at @stream_me. Go ahead, stay connected. Keep up to date with all of our content, especially on YouTube and Twitter. That's where a lot of our updates will be, so you don't want to miss out on that. And our Instagram account is actually pretty sweet, so go check it out. And obviously, streaming, super easy to do, really fun, make some money doing it. Create an account, start streaming, 50 followers, boom, subscribe button with 70/30 split in your favor. Can't get that anywhere else. No reason to not be a part of it. And enjoy it with some of the best support staff in the biz. And last but not least, as always, www.arazi.com. Beautiful computer chairs designed in Sweden. Use discount code STREAMME to save 10% on your purchase. And that just about does it for us.
Yep, that's going to do it for us tonight. And we're going to catch you guys tomorrow for Konquest. And I believe it's going to be me and you again on Sunday.
I believe it's actually going to be Katana Prime.
KP is going to be on the 4-hour mega stream to get us to top 8. So we're going to have some fun with that one. And guys, thank you once again for watching tonight. And thank you to the players. And thank you, of course, to Streamy, who puts on this entire Kombat Cup for us. And we will see you guys tomorrow for Konquest.
Take care, everyone. Have a good night.